And now reading an adaptation by Nan Merrill of Psalm 90. Eternal and immortal one, you have been our refuge in all our generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, before you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are the Alpha and the Omega. When our days on earth are ended, you welcome us home to your heart, to the city of light, where time is eternal and days are not numbered. You gather those who love you as friends returning from a long journey, giving rest to their souls. You anoint them with the balm of understanding, healing wounds of the past. Teach us, O beloved, to honor each day that we may have a heart of wisdom. For the wisdom contained in these holy words, we give thanks. Amen.
Have compassion for everyone you meet, even if they don't want it. What seems conceit, bad manners, or cynicism is always a sign of things no ears have heard, no eyes have seen. You don't know what wars are going on down where the spirit meets the bone. Ring the bells, it still can ring. Forget your perfect offering, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. The globe we live on is filled with war and conflict, not just in one place, but in many places. We can't hardly keep up with it. Here in the United States, gun violence continues again and again. We listen to breaking news announcing another mass shooting. We are preparing for what is sure to be a contentious election cycle in 2024, at a time when tolerance, compassion, and even a wee bit of kindness is hard to find, particularly if we disagree about something. And we throw our hands up in frustration and wonder what exactly is there to be thankful for. And when we hear these words from the psalmist, then we hear these words, you have been our refuge in all generations. You, God, have been our refuge in all generations. God, you are my refuge too, now, today, in this moment. Stop and think about that for just a second. God is our refuge. Always has been, always will be. Now, in this moment. Sometimes it's difficult to push past the devastating ways of the world and recognize all the good things that God gives us every day. Even if they are small, even if we have to dig deep, deep down to find something. Like, I'm grateful for that lovely piece of toast I had this morning, or something like that. You know what I'm talking about. This morning, I would like us for a moment to take this moment to consider some of the things that we are thankful for. I didn't do this last year because I was not here last year. I was still on sabbatical, but I'd like to do it again this year. Perhaps my list will remind you of some of the things for which you are thankful. Hold on to them, those things, and you can share them in a few minutes. Here's my list. Music. Whether well sung or riddled with pitch problems and wrong notes, lovely melodies or close harmony, no matter, it lifts my spirit and touches my soul in a way that words alone cannot. I am thankful for music. For my morning coffee con leche, carefully brewed on the stovetop, reminds me of lessons learned during my travels in Spain and the life-changing time I experienced there. My heart is full of gratitude for my little pot. like that I cook on. It's an interesting thing who caught on to that. Linda. For my dogs who love me, whether I have said the wrong thing, made a mistake, or eaten the whole bag of peanut butter M&Ms in one sitting, they are excited to see me when I've been gone a week or a minute. I give thanks. For a good movie on a cold night, a Ken Follett novel I cannot put down, a 1,000-piece puzzle just waiting for me in the living room, I am thankful for these things. For family, who surround me and support me during the toughest times, the same ones I search out when I want to laugh or have a problem I need help to solve. I am thankful. For fresh towels, right off the clothesline. A crisp Jonathan apple. It helps if it's actually made into a pie by Nancy. A cold glass of water on a hot day. I am thankful. For those running shoes that carry me on a walk or a run, the quiet just before the dawn of time and space, so holy it breaks your heart open. For Taylor Swift's Shake It Off, a good lesson for everyone to hear. Il Divo's breathtaking adagio. For Josh Groban's Granted with a chorus that goes like this. Hear these words. If you have a dream, go chase it. If you feel hope, don't waste it. If you find love, embrace it. And never take a single breath for granted. The story's yours. Go write it. Tomorrow is undecided. Our days are counted on this planet. Never take a single breath for granted. And of course, a favorite since my teenage years, the Eagles. Heartache tonight. I am thankful. I'm not going to say those words. For the physical healing medicine can bring, for the hearts of teachers everywhere, for mentors and friends who challenge me, hold me accountable, and carry me when weariness takes hold. My heart sings with thanksgiving. For the sun, as it shines through the clouds, what my son, when he was just a little boy, called the glory. From the loneliest soul to the person with too many connections to count, from the most famous to the most obscure, from the richest person to the one, as my grandmother would have said, who doesn't have 2 pennies to rub together. Not one is better than the other. I am thankful for humanity. Your turn. What are you thankful for? Like, I'm serious. You can yell it out, or I'm guessing Kevin can help me with this. If you want to speak loudly into the microphone, you can. So who would like to say what they're thankful for? Devan. I think I'm not supposed to say last name.
Peace Church grandchildren.
Who else, Heather? Oh.
I'm thankful for my family.
Being able to have my son and family live with me for the last 3 years.
Making music with Miss Darcy.
For the red sugar maple in my backyard and all the other red sugar maples we saw on the way to church.
Pretty emotional, but it's pretty common. My marriage has had a million moments of peace and beauty in it, and I will always hold it into my heart as God's gift to me.
This is something that my dad said a few years ago at a family Thanksgiving was, I'm thankful for living in a country that sets a day aside to give thanks.
And I'm thankful for Darcy and for bringing together the young generation with the older generation for us to make music together. What a delight to be a part of that and also to be in the audience to see the other group perform.
Music in family and walks in the woods.
A cozy fire and 8th graders with open minds for science.
Who can multiply or divide in their heads big numbers?
The beautiful sunrise this morning.
Life, family, and community.
Friends and the richness that provides in our lives.
Crayons and crafts and friends to play with.
Thankful for hopes and dreams that we can keep going, and thanks for Peace Church. And Wendy.
That was scripted.
For the dear friends who bring me to choir and to church each week.
I'm thankful for my loving, compassionate wife.
My friends and my dog. The smell after it rains.
The recent discovery of new family at a memorial of a lost one.
All the beautiful fall colors that happen off of my deck every year at this time of the year.
For this wonderful family piece. I'm thankful for the opportunity to read to children.
For doctors and nurses that can solve mysteries like multiple myeloma cancer.
I'm going to add a few more things and then we'll move on. And this has already been mentioned, but this is also my Thanksgiving. For a community who calls itself Peace United Church of Christ, who cares and prays for each other, young and old, whose creativity boggles my mind, who stands up and works for justice and tries every day to join God's work in the world, work that includes the risky move to propose building affordable housing at 204 East Lockwood, work that takes seriously the understanding that everyone is our neighbor, even if they come from as far away as Afghanistan. Work that hopes to change systems so employees can have a livable wage and can take time off with pay to care for a sick family member. Work that leads to shalom. That's comprehensive well-being. As I come to the end of my 8th year as pastor serving this community, Peace UCC, I stand in awe of the people who live into what it means to be the church in their daily lives. A clear statement that being the church is not reliant on sitting in a pew surrounded by stained glass. Church is not the building, it is the people and the relationships they build and nourish. For this opportunity to work alongside each of you, I give thanks every single day. For a God who gives rest to my soul and whose love for me is steadfast and unconditional, sort of like my dogs, no matter what. For a God who gives rest to your soul, and whose love for you is steadfast and unconditional, no matter what. For a God who is our refuge in this moment, and the one that comes after it, I am filled with thanksgiving. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. We believe. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. We believe. Let's do that together one more time. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. We believe. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. God is holding your life. We believe. I give thanks. Amen.